Nancy Cortez is following the race in Manchester, New Hampshire. Nancy, the Democratic Party declared Hillary Clinton the winner in Iowa, but Sanders hasn't conceded. Why not?
Because I think he wants to leave the impression for as long as he can that this was a tie, because that looks better for him than a loss, even if that was a loss by 0.2%. You know, his campaign has kind of been all over the map on this one. When I talked to him last night, he said he wasn't conceding, and yet his campaign told us they're not contesting the results, but they have concerns about the results. So they're just sort of dragging this out a little bit while people are paying attention to leave a little bit of confusion about who actually won that race. They say that they don't like the fact that coin tosses were used to decide delegates in precincts where the vote was essentially tied. And it does seem a little odd, ladies, doesn't it, that in the year 2016, Iowa is still divvying up delegates by coin toss?
Yeah, maybe we need to revamp some of those rules there. Well, you know, the New Hampshire primary is less than a week away. Sanders has a huge lead there. So what is Hillary Clinton's strategy to try and close that gap a little?
You know, she is taking a sort of a softer approach towards him here than she did in Iowa, at least on the first full day of campaigning. Her attacks on him were quite muted. You know, she basically acknowledged that he is practically a native son here in New Hampshire. And I think that that is going to be her strategy, is to say, you know, look, I get it. He's from next door. You've known him for a long time. And that sort of cushions the blow if she does lose here in New Hampshire. In fact, it's been reported that her campaign sent a memo to big fundraisers basically warning them, look, we're going to do the best we can here in New Hampshire, but we know that Senator Sanders has a home field advantage.
Nancy, on the flip side of that, Clinton and Sanders, they face off on a town hall tonight. Do we expect to see more attacks from Sanders against Clinton?
Yes. In fact, yesterday he was kind of fired up talking about the fact that she and the Democratic establishment in general have sort of poo-pooed some of his plans, saying that they're pie in the sky, as she likes to put it, or that they're not realistic. He says she is the one who isn't thinking big enough. And he also was asked yesterday whether Clinton, as she says, is a progressive. And he said somewhat bitingly, well, you know, it depends on the day. Some days she says she's a progressive. Other days she says she's a moderate. So I don't know which one she is. And beyond that, he also said that he thinks she is too beholden to the big banks to regulate them properly. So these are some of the same attacks that he was using in Iowa. But, you know, he feels that those are his strongest avenues of attack, and they work well with the large independent population here in New Hampshire.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Nancy Cortez in New Hampshire. Thanks a lot, Nancy.
You're welcome.